Thanos demands your silence while we talk about Avengers Infinity War. No? Fuck you guys.
It's not real. It's a fake.
My cardboard Infinity Gauntlet is unfortunately not legit.
Fake.
Your shoebox Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh no, not
it's my newest loot crate, and I also received this awesome cartoon Thanos T-shirt on a Throne of Skulls. I was very pleased. Anyway, welcome back to the Hateful Geeks. It's Infinity War week.
Well, we need a spotlight to like shine down.
Finally. It only took 19 movies to get here.
10 years, 1 decade from Iron Man to Infinity War.
Worth it.
Worth it. You know what? That's kind of what we're going to talk about. So, welcome back to the Hateful Geeks. I am one of your many hosts, Phil.
This is Sweeney.
I'm Andy.
And this is Tim.
And we saw Infinity War. You know why? Because we're not idiots. We actually went opening weekend. And if you're listening to this review, you haven't seen this movie, you are making a mistake. There will be spoilers. There will be blood. We will not be holding back. We will be talking about all the little nooks and crannies. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, you need to wait because this movie changed the game.
Yeah.
Any one of you who has been listening to our show regularly for a while knows that yours truly has not exactly been the most enthusiastic of Marvel fans.
Thor Ragnarok.
In fact, most of you, I kind of wish I could snap my fingers and make you turn to dust right on the spot. However, I can say that I was wrong. I am man enough to admit when I was a dick. I wasn't a dick this time. I'm just man enough to admit when I am. I wasn't this time. But I was wrong about not being excited about this film.
Yes.
This was amazeballs. And props to my fellow geeks because we called it. Loki died in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. We knew that was going to happen. I mean, like, how could he not? We knew he was going to have to give him the Tesseract. That's the only way he's going to get it because Loki's, a conniving little bitch who likes to steal things. And he saw it at the end of Thor Ragnarok, still in the vault, when he went to go put Surtur's helm in the fire, or what's it called? The Eternal Fire.
Eternal Flame.
So
Eternal
unique.
Flame.
So unique, guys. Way to name that one.
Call it the Olympic torch.
Something like that.
I was a little surprised that we didn't get the destruction of Xandar because the movie starts off with him already having the Purple Stone.
Tim's right. It happened in dialogue off screen.
He has 2 stones already, right?
Yeah.
No, just
so
one.
he starts off the movie. The first
right.
scene,
He already has
the
power.
Yeah. So then he gets the space stone on.
Okay, you're right. Yeah. First I thought you had 2, but you're right. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't need that. I mean, it's just the Nova Corps getting.
Well, I mean,
I kind of would have liked to see at least like a flashback of him saying, "I went and got this one," and they just show him kind of like you see Xandar just in ruins.
Yeah,
right. I mean, it wouldn't have surprised me if that was just like the first scene of like the first 2 minutes of just
right.
like.
I mean, it was
Xandar.
already like what 2.5 hours. So they probably maybe they did do that, and they were like, you know what? No one's really gonna care.
Right. I mean, I'm not saying like this is like sticking in my craw. It's just something that I noticed.
Right in your craw.
Anyway,
we called it because we didn't really call it because we got that scene at the end of Ragnarok with the ship face to face with the what's it called?
Sanctuary
dose.
What happened to the first Sanctuary?
It's probably going around somewhere. Like it's probably like his summer ship. Sanctuary 2's for fucking up people's lives. Sanctuary 1's like his orgy ship.
I was gonna say, is it like Grandmaster's orgy ship?
It's in the shop.
Ship.
It's my birthday.
God damn it.
Oh shit. So yeah, in the first 10 minutes of this film, I'm like already like, oh shit. Like, okay, they're not holding back at all. Like you're already in the thralls of him like murdering all the Asgardians. Heimdall just gets it. Like Corvus Glaive just takes him out. Holy shit. But the best part is Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yeah. Loki gets to say, we have a Hulk.
Right. Yeah, Loki
pull that line back.
And then the Hulk gets his shit pushed in.
Right.
For the first time ever, he loses a hand-to-hand fight.
That wasn't a fight, dude. That was a schoolyard ass whipping.
Right.
He got a few good hits in on Thanos.
Thanos didn't even
and then Ebony Maw's like, let him have his fun because he has the Power Stone.
The wrestling fan in me appreciated the Thanos literally body slams Hulk,
Takes him up.
and just body slams.
And like
him.
he hits him in the neck, like and Hulk's like, eh.
I mean, probably, yeah.
He kidney punches him. He made Hulk piss blood.
Yeah.
The most important thing to take away from this opening fight was Hulk got so one-sidedly manhandled by Thanos that he doesn't want to come out the rest of the movie.
We never see the Hulk the rest of the
no,
film.
Yeah, no.
Bruce is like, Hulk, we need you. He's like, Hulk's scared. Hulk not come out.
Well, this is the first time Hulk's actually like
Lost a fight.
met somebody that can go toe to toe with him, like and not just hold his own, but well, to his credit, he did have the Power Stone already. So without the Power Stone, Hulk might have won that fight.
Maybe.
I don't even think he doesn't even use the Power Stone.
Well,
though.
it still powers him up.
I mean, I
Regardless.
suppose. Yeah.
He doesn't have to use it. It still makes him strong.
Right.
Because they mentioned he already has the Power Stone, which makes him the most powerful being in the universe.
Right.
I think
I got you.
if I recall correctly in the comics, Thanos can go toe to toe with the Hulk, kind of like Hulk versus Abomination.
Yeah.
Thanos just kind of avoids getting in conflict with the Hulk
He's like, no.
until he has that power.
Well,
stone.
I don't blame him.
And then he's just like, no.
Avoids more like the Hulk one-on-one. That's no big deal. Hulk always comes with friends usually when Thanos is in town, and that's a little bit more of a problem without an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we get, and this is what I love about this movie is you get right into the action and it does not let up. It's like constant, like battle after battle after battle after battle.
This movie's relentless, where it starts and doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Do you guys know, like, my biggest complaint? Like, you guys know what I complain about when I go see a fucking Marvel movie. There's no gravitas, and it's completely inappropriate, like, jerk-off humor for 2 hours. Thor Ragnarok, cited. Like, here's my, like, yes, once again, Thor Ragnarok. I loved Black Panther. I thought it was a step in the right direction.
Right.
But this was good balance. It was, like, people, like meaningful, like, loss.
Yeah.
Like, good dialogue. If there were jokes, it was appropriate. And there weren't a lot of them because this movie was fucking like Hamlet with superpowers.
and what I love about it too is we come into this and to even like set the stage, even before Hulk, you see Thor destroyed. Like Thanos is dragging his body like along the ground by his head, like talking. He's like, I've already dismantled probably the second most powerful being.
Also, like that epic. I felt like it was an epic speech that they put in the trailers of like Destiny Arrives.
Right.
That is the first
Starts
fucking
the movie.
lines of the movie.
Right.
Yes.
Well, because you get like the distress call from the ship. Like we're people. We're getting attacked. We shouldn't stop attacking us.
This is a peaceful ship. There are no weapons.
Right.
Now, Thor says that he wiped out half of his people. Where is the other half of the Asgardians? Where are they?
I didn't get that line really because he just said half my people are gone.
He says it when
I
it's
don't
the Guardians.
think Thanos was responsible for wiping out half his people. That happened because they wouldn't listen to him and wipe out half their people. So he's the last Titan. There are no others.
No,
he wiped out half the Asgardians
on the ship.
So
did he? I thought he killed everybody.
He left half of them alive.
Thor says it. Thor says it when he meets the Guardians, and he talks about like last week he destroyed Xandar and took the Power Stone. He mentions that he's killed half the Asgardians.
But that's true to Thanos's
what he does.
His whole goal is to kill half the universe's population.
I'm going to go into this later because this is my only complaint with the film. But I don't want to like ruin our mojo right now. I'll save this. I'll pop this cherry later.
I mean, it's a small plot hole that.
We'll talk about. We'll bring it up when we're a little bit more happy. So anyway, Thor just his ass gets massively kicked.
Yep.
Just goes straight crybaby. Watches his brother die. All right, real talk though. It's Loki. We saw him die and get choked out. But are they going to go? Because, you got the Infinity Gauntlets and MacGuffin, but so is Loki. Loki is the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Captain Trickster, little hologram boy.
I think he's dead.
I think he's dead.
You heard his neck snap.
I think it's legit. I think he is 100% dead.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe because I'm dead inside myself. But I didn't really feel anything. Maybe it's because I already knew going into the movie that Loki was dead, so I already made my peace with it.
Well, it's kind of like the boy who cried wolf.
Oh, right. I mean,
we've seen him die so many times. It's
Right.
kind of like, it's Loki.
Yeah, right.
I honestly don't care because fuck Loki.
Right.
I don't think Loki was a good villain. I think Loki's like turn from like wannabe good villain into your savior is here.
I mean, he's turned, especially in Ragnarok, he turned from villain to like anti-hero.
Yeah,
Not
it was
even
really
that.
weird.
It's like Diet Coke of anti-hero. Punisher's an anti-hero.
Right.
Loki's like,
I don't know what he was
Right.
anymore. He was kind of like he didn't care about anything anymore.
Right.
So he's gone. Bye, Loki. Have fun.
adios,
Hope you
muchacha.
have fun in Valhalla.
Right. I mean, like, I want to talk about interactions real quick of characters that we never seen that I thought worked real well, like Thor and Rocket.
That was hysterical.
Thor and Rocket was great.
Rabbit.
Like,
Like,
come on, rabbit.
You got to give Rocket props, man. He relinquished a fake eye as opposed to stealing one.
Right.
Right.
Well, it was
He
so
gives Thor a fake eye.
Yeah.
That was really funny when they were like, he's like it was a pirate and an angel had a baby.
Yeah.
Oh God, Drax's attraction to Thor was hilarious,
great.
but
They all were attracted to him except for Star-Lord. Everyone was like touching him, like, look at his muscle.
Yeah.
I thought Drax with his dialogue again, every scene he was in, like when he was like, how long have you been standing there? He's like, an hour.
An hour.
I'm invisible. And they're like,
I'm moving so
like-
slow that my movements are impenetrable to the human eye. Hi, Drax.
Damn it. Yep. So
Batista knocks it out of the park.
Yeah,
man.
like I got to give it to Batista that he's got great comedic timing.
well, yeah, and whoever wrote his whoever
His
wrote that
lines.
character in.
Mhm.
So I'll be honest, I don't know much about Drax from the comics, right? So I don't know what his dialogue usually is in the comics. But whoever made
typical
Drax,
tough guy.
whoever made Drax this like completely like he has no idea what sarcasm is. I don't know.
Right.
I don't want to call him simple-minded, but it's just like he just doesn't get any of the jokes or anything.
Sarcasm just goes over his head.
No, it doesn't.
But no, nothing goes over my head.
I
I
have
will
fast,
catch it.
I have fast reflexes.
No, yeah. Once again, Batista nailed it. No complaints. The entire Guardians cast was fantastic.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
But dude, like, there were some curveballs in this movie. Like, granted, we were 100% right about the first 10 minutes of this movie.
Yep.
But there's some shit that went down that I did not see coming. For example, I think we all knew that Red Skull was probably still alive out there because when he touched the Time Stone, he just disappeared. We know it's the Space Gem. We know that it's the Space Gem, so he might have been alive. But actually bringing Red Skull back as the keeper of the Soul Stone
Was
what a
really
great
good.
fucking decision.
amazing.
Yeah.
I did not expect that one. I mean, I think we all talked about on several shows about the Marvel Universe that we know Red Skull's alive. We know he's there somewhere.
Right.
Not one of us thought he's going to come back in Avengers Infinity War. Like,
No.
not one of us said that.
And I was sitting there and I was just like, I know that voice. I know that voice. And at first I thought it was Sam Neill. And I was like, oh, they brought Sam Neill in to do a random voice. All right. And then it was like, and then it was Red Skull. I was like, nope. It's fucking.
It was Red Skull, but it was not Hugo Weaving.
It's not,
Yeah.
Well,
Well, he already said he'd never do it anymore.
Well, the first showing, I was just like, oh, they got Hugo Weaving. Now we all know it's Ross Marquand. Is that how you say his name?
We knew a while ago because Hugo Weaving said he would never go back to.
Well, right,
he literally said he phoned in that role.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but like I always go with never say never.
Right.
So I was like, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, that's Hugo Weaving. Oh shit, they got Hugo Weaving to come in and do a cameo.
No.
I mean, I'm a firm believer that everybody's got their fucking price, but apparently he doesn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, all right,
Right.
buddy.
I mean, you literally like walk up with like a garbage bag full of money and just throw it at him like a Disney Marvel man. Like, Hugo, come on. And he's like, no, fuck you, Mr. Anderson.
But yeah, now we know it's Ross Marquand. From Walking Dead.
Aaron from The Walking Dead.
Apparently, he's just a dead-on impersonator because, goddamn, I thought that was Hugo
it's like,
Weaving.
here, do a German accent.
No, but I mean, I thought he sounded pretty close to Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, it was almost dead on accurate.
So all this scene did two things for me. One, it made me incredibly excited because one, we know Red Skull's alive. And we also know that he didn't have the benefit of being in an iceberg like Cap. So he's actually 100 years old.
Right. He's
just up on that.
So who knows where his like Nazi super soldier serum has like turned him, like what powers he's developed other than immortality, apparently.
Right.
But more importantly, I don't give a fuck that Hugo Weaving didn't come back. I'll see more Red Skull with another person voicing him.
I'm fine with that.
The prosthetic is Red Skull.
Yeah, it's the face.
Most of the actor is covered. So as long as you can pull off a German accent. But I'll give the Russos major credit. One of my concerns before going in was you have all these characters, plus the ones that they squeezed in as a surprise, like Red Skull. And I was like, how are you going to give everyone like the ability to shine or have meaningful time on screen with that many people? And they did.
Yeah. So this is
everybody.
This is my
Black Panther didn't get nearly enough screen time.
But when he was on screen, it was like I didn't walk out of that movie going, I needed more Black Panther.
I think Shuri literally, I did walk out of that theater saying I needed more Black Panther.
Yeah.
And there was like a line and a half for Shuri, which she owned Bruce Banner with.
Yes.
Right.
So my similar concern. So I was worried it's going to be too choppy. You're going to have to shoot all these different areas, go jump. And it was not at all. It flowed beautifully. I think the story flowed. I didn't feel like it was jumping around too much. I didn't feel like I was missing like, what just happened? It was just like, it was really well played out, the different storylines.
It is a long movie, but I was kind of surprised how incredibly fast he obtained the stones.
But I mean, it's a 2.5 hour movie. It doesn't feel like a 2.5 hour movie.
No.
I mean, when you think about it, though, he gets the last 2 stones in the last half hour of the movie.
Yeah.
When he got the
Time Stone and the Mind Stone.
The reality one. A really good.
He whooped Benicio del Toro's ass for that stone.
He burned nowhere down.
Right, but I mean, also it doesn't feel like it, but I mean, there's a pretty big difference or time between getting the Space Stone, the Reality Stone, and then the Reality Stone to the Soul Stone. Like the Time Stone and the Mind Stone were pretty much back to back.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, they had to be because like Doctor Strange made it really impossible to get the Time Gem, which is one of the most powerful of the Infinity Stones, as we saw, because it can bring back a broken fucking Infinity Gem.
Yeah.
So that's like, again, I thought in the interactions, you talk about interactions, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we had Doctor Strange and Tony Stark, douchebag, interacting together. And it was beautiful because you have one side, Doctor Strange, who is this pretty much like... I don't know. I don't know if he has a god complex, but he thinks like he's just better. Like he knows he's better.
When you put 2 assholes in the room that both have a hardcore superiority complex.
That's what I was going to say.
2 rich guys that got their powers that they didn't want.
Yeah, like you put 2 alpha males like that, sarcastic alpha males in the same room. It was great.
It was great.
And then you got Spider-Man who's like, yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Hi, guys.
Oh my God. Can I just say that Spider-Man was probably like one of my favorite parts of this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
Tom Holland's a perfect Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I said that in Civil War Spider-Man. 2 years ago.
And how they got him the Iron Spider was perfect.
Man.
Was perfect.
Like how psyched were you, Sweeney, about the symbiote, the nanite version of Iron Man suit?
I was hoping they would do the Extremis armor, which they very similar did. But yeah, he just touches it and it's like
Okay, so I think I've told you guys multiple times how much in the comic books I hate the Iron Spider suit. Yeah. I despise it. Like it's Spider-Man and an Iron Man outfit.
Which is better.
I hate
Spider-Man. It's also only got 3 metal legs, which makes no sense because spiders have 8 legs.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, I hate it. But in Infinity War, it made sense and it worked and I loved it.
Yeah, Tony was trying to save
him using those the appendages or whatever you want to call them.
Legs.
Like he it worked.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it was used properly. Like when he used it, it made sense.
And it was more like the suit was doing it, not much him.
Right.
Yeah, they came out when he grabbed Mantis and they were kind of rolling.
Yeah.
And when he laid her down and he perched up and was holding himself up on the legs, it looked exactly like the cover of the Civil War where he's in the Iron Spider suit on top of Cap's shield. Like the way he was standing looked exactly like that. And I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah. Spider-Man stole the movie as far as I'm concerned. He had some of the best dialogue. He had the most memorable, spoiler alert, death scene.
I think Spider.
And his buddy, I always forget his name. His friend that was on the bus,
Fatty, guy in the chair.
Yeah, when he was like, "Hey, distract him," and he was like, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die."
Also, his death scene, like I almost cried when he grabs Tony Stark. Like I don't want to go. I almost cried and I looked at Amanda and I was like, "Don't look at me, I'm ugly."
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good.
And like Tony was like, no.
So was I. Just no.
Charlie Askew was talking to him and he pointed out, he said, look at the difference, what they showed from the last time we saw him and Tony together when they were in the limo and Tony reaches over to open the door and he goes to hug him. He goes, we're not there, to literally holding him as he's turning to dust.
Dying. Yeah.
And it was just like,
was it dust or was it ash?
Ash.
Dusty ash.
Dusty ash.
Yeah, gross.
But yeah, it was a really like that death was probably the hardest to watch.
More than Drax and like.
We'll get to all of them, but like that was like,
right.
Oh my God! Like watching little Peter Parker.
No, Peter Parker
just crying. I don't want to go. I don't want to die.
And then like real quick, it seems like he accepts it and then turns to dust.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nope.
So we had the
not fair.
We had the Red Skull appearance. The Red Skull appearance we were all pleasantly surprised about. So some other surprises. We knew Peter Dinklage was going to be in the film, but we didn't know who.
We talked about that. We talked about the credits.
A giant
dwarf.
And then he was telling Thor, he was like, I'm going to go out there and open the gates. He was like, you're going to take the full blast of Star. It's going to kill you. And he goes, but will I die? That's what killing
that means.
That's what killing you means.
So yeah. Oh my God.
That line was good. And I think my other favorite joke in the movie is in the final scene in Wakanda where Captain America meets Groot and he says, I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers. Like, I don't know why.
No. He's not saying his name.
Great. That was so good.
Oh, and we found out Thor can speak Groot. And he's like, yeah, I took it as an elective.
I liked, I think one of my favorite lines was when they're fighting Cull Obsidian and Ebony Maw in New York. And Wong opens the portal and then shuts it over Obsidian Cull's arm and cuts his hand off. And he's like, good job, Wong. You're invited to my wedding. Bye.
Yeah. So I will say this. Of all the Iron Man movies, this is my favorite suit. I didn't know how much they were going to make it capable of doing. They made his suit do way more than it's ever done in any of the movies put together.
Like you had mentioned, like it's a track suit that he just hits a button and it's just armless up.
He's talking to Pepper and she's like, well, why'd you put that back on? And they actually address like how he had the surgery to remove it and you don't need it anymore. It's like, it's just insurance, just in case. And then that shit happens and he's like, poop.
Right.
I was like, yeah.
So is Pepper waiting for him when he gets home, or is divorce already in order?
That was another,
or is she dust?
I think she's dust.
That's another like heart-wrenching moment was when Tony's out in space and you hear Pepper and he's like, I'm not coming back. And
she's like, you better not be on that ship.
And then she's gone, and then Friday's gone, like gone,
dude. Right. Like at this point in time, like how is Tony? Tony's apparently gotten over his phobia of space travel.
He had to real quick.
Well, holy shit! Like when Spider-Man explains to him, was like, "Well, in my defense, you designed this suit. It's incredibly intuitive, and I'm still on the ship. And
it's your fault. It's your fault.
It's your fault."
He's like, really?
And he just knights him as an Avenger.
He's like,
yeah,
you're an Avenger.
Right, you're an Avenger. Oh, I actually looked at the people in the theater. I was like, "What? He's an Avenger now!"
Oh, we're using our fake names. I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah. I'm Doctor Strange. I'm Dr. Stephen Strange.
Oh man!
But yeah, so that interaction was awesome. I have a brain fart. The guy that was torturing Strange.
Ebony Maw.
Thank you. I loved his character the entire movie, but I thought he went out like a bitch. But
yeah, he went out real quick. But like I was like, oh,
he did,
because he's like all powerful, like
right,
and he's like a psychic, and he can like manipulate everything.
Right,
which is awesome.
I wasn't expecting, because when he died, I was like, oh, he'll pop up later. Didn't.
He's dead.
I thought Corvus Glaive looked really good.
Corvus Glaive and Proxima Midnight, like surprisingly, were pretty badass. I was impressed with their design and also the roles they played as the Black Order. They kicked a lot of ass.
Yeah.
And man, I got to give it to Black Widow. Like, no offense, but you're the weakest member of the Avengers.
Yeah,
and Hawkeye's on your team, so that's a huge flame.
And you're a human, and you're like going toe-to-toe combat with
Proxima.
Yeah, she beat that ass. So like either Proxima's not that tough or Black Widow is.
Well, she held her own long enough for Scarlet Witch to show up and help.
Or her and Okoye.
Yeah,
I don't like blonde Scarlett Johansson.
I don't care what color her hair. I've heard a lot of people say this argument and like, oh, why did they just not leave a red head and wig? Well, I was like, I just don't care.
I want
like,
Iron Man 2's Black Widow back.
That's what she is. She's a redhead. Like I don't know what to tell you.
It doesn't bother me. Like it's like whatever.
Okay, well, we're not talking about your feels. We're talking about my feels right now.
So why? I'm just saying, like, what's it matter?
No,
it's hair color.
Hair color doesn't matter.
It fucking matters. It's the character.
No,
you don't make Superman fucking green. He's not Martian Manhunter.
You didn't change your skin color.
Shut up, sweetie.
Just change the hair.
It's fucking red dye number 5. It's not hard. Just dip your damn head in it.
She also was a fugitive of the law, so she probably was trying to hide her identity a little bit.
Oh, you're gonna use that horse shit argument? Okay, cool. Then why didn't Cap change his hair color? All he did was grow a beard.
Yeah.
Oh, you think facial recognition can't get through a beard?
They can't get through Clark Kent glasses.
That is another universe, sir. And those people are all stupid. We've established that the common man of the DC universe is a moron.
Thor even called it out. He was like, "Hey, I see you. You took my beard.
You stole my beard." All right, let's talk about Thor because once he got that fucking axe, Stormbreaker, he turned into a fucking badass.
It's a 2-handed axe. I didn't see that coming. I thought it was a 1-handed.
Oh no, this thing is like mass, and it's Groot's arm.
Stormbreaker is the ultimate universe hammer, right?
Sort of, not really. Ultimate Universe Hammer is more technology based.
Okay. Well, I mean, I knew it was technology. I meant the name and the shape of it.
The shape is a little bit more. This is like a weird like hybrid between Jarnbjorn and the Ultimate Axe.
Yeah, it still had the hammer on the backside,
right?
But then it had a full axe blade instead of like the sickle.
And that's the homage to the Ultimate thing because the Ultimate is like half hammer, half axe.
Right.
But the stick of Jarnbjorn comes from Yggdrasil, the World Tree. Right. But in this, it just made of Groot's penis.
Right. Or not
it was an arm.
It was Groot's dick. That's the joke he played on Thor.
No, just grip it.
Grip this dick.
This gigantic detachable wood penis.
Yeah. And then
Thor has to
we finally got to see Groot again fight, which I'm happy about because he was been a little baby in teenage Groot for too long.
He was a little shit as a teenager throughout the first half of the movie.
I am Groot. Whoa. God. But yeah, I loved Thor. I mean, we start the movie with Thor being getting his ass kicked and sees his brother die, all his people die. So he's kind of a broken man at that point. He was willing to do whatever. And again, he stood in front of the lens, took the full blast of the sun, and then got the fucking axe and went full black Thor, with black suit Thor.
Dude, when he had the axe, the Stormbringer, the black suit, and the round like button things on it were all like electrified and everything. I was just like,
well, he was just like, now he can travel however he wants because it actually has
Who
a
needs
Bifrost.
a Heimdall? You've got a Stormbreaker.
It has a Bifrost built into it.
Right. And also looks badass with a teenage tree next to him and a raccoon on his shoulder. Still looks badass in that moment.
Oh, and then even so like, you know, that's the iconic Groot and Rocket with Rocket, you know, Groot's holding Rocket shooting and Groot's hitting. Now it was Winter Soldier or White Wolf, I guess.
That was one of my favorite lines, Sweeney, when Rocket looks at fucking Winter Soldier and he's like, "Okay, what do you want for the arm?"
He's like, "How much for the gun? Not for sale.
How much for the arm?
How much for the arm?"
and then, I need it right now.
And then the first I've seen it twice, and I missed it the first time because everyone was laughing at him asking for the arm. But the second time I saw it, he's like, he chuckles to himself. He's like, "I'm gonna get that arm. I'm gonna get that arm.
Yeah." Yeah, and he holds him up, and they both like are shooting, and he looks over at Rock. He's like, "Yep."
I loved it.
Oh, that whole Wakanda battle scene was awesome. I mean, like, first of all, the force field around Wakanda is amazing. Like, the fact that it's like the ship hits it and just disintegrates. And I think it was, who said that? Was it Winter Soldier just said, "I love this place"?
Yeah. Winter Soldier.
And then like, so what is the army? Like, I'm sorry if I'm like a noob here, but I don't understand Thanos' army. Like, what are they?
Outriders
is what they're called. Yeah. I mean,
They're just like
generic
genetic
alien.
fucking throwaway soldiers. I mean, it's a Marvel movie, Sweeney.
Right.
Here's your big bad, and here's your army of faceless robot soldiers.
See,
or alien soldiers.
Like I didn't.
Or Outrider soldiers.
I know the preview showed that battle. And I knew they were coming. I just didn't realize, I guess, who they were, what they were. Because I thought you have Thanos and you have the Black Order. And I didn't really know he needed more.
You're a Marvel fan. Don't overthink it. There's no point. Like, he has an army. He has a group of lieutenants. That's Thanos. Where they came from, who gives a fuck?
Right. I'm sure he just created them somehow.
Probably, sure.
So Marvel gave us the okey doke a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So all the previews and every single trailer were like, the Soul Stone's going to be on Wakanda. It wasn't. And then when they were like, here's the Hulk running with the other Avengers through Wakanda to get out there. Never in the movie.
It took me a second to realize what okey doke meant because I don't speak 1950s.
I think what he meant to say is the rope-a-dope.
Rope-a-dope is the usually the term.
And
in 2018 we say fake out.
Right before we went into the film, I was on Facebook like a moron, and there was a Funko Pop that they were like, "Oh, look what's coming out." And it's a pop of the Hulk coming out of the Hulkbuster suit. So I was like, I guess that's not a big spoiler because we already know Banner's in the suit. So yeah, he's obviously going to Hulk out of it. Didn't even happen.
Right.
So now you have a Funko Pop of something that didn't happen.
Well, dude, I mean, that scene where Bruce is fighting, who was he fighting? Was that Thanos he was fighting?
No, it was the big guy.
Black Dwarf, yeah, Call Obsidian.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's fighting him and he's like, Hulk, this would be a great time. Hulk, no! Hulk!
He's like, fine, I'll do it myself.
I'll do it myself.
Well, also the epic shot, the shot of them at the end of one of the trailers of them running like in slow motion. You see Cap, Black Widow, Black Panther, Okoye, Hulk, and War Machine Falcon. Didn't even happen. It's not a shot in the movie. And I love that they faked this out.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I think they're learning to twist their trailers. And
there's a couple shots.
They've learned from Star Wars or Disney, I guess maybe. They've learned to hey, let's do the shot, but it's only going to be in the trailer.
There are shots that never made it into the movie.
Which is the same thing with Thor's eye in the Thor Ragnarok trailers.
Exactly, yeah. They did the same thing.
They showed that scene, but it was just two eyes.
Speaking of his eye.
Huh?
What? Getting his eye back because of Rocket, and then when he just pops it in, he's like, I would have washed that because I had to smuggle that and I don't have pockets. So.
I had to smuggle that up my... Why is it dark?
Dude, I couldn't help it. In the theater, I went, pink eye.
Well, that, and it was broken, so it was all over the place, and Thor's like, I don't think this is working.
Right.
It's like... so many good things. So many good things. I mean...
The fight between... Doctor Strange and Thanos and Iron Man and Spider-Man and then when the Guardians was amazing.
It was.
But who fucking knew that Star-Lord would be the one to just fuck this up for everybody?
They would have been fine.
They had that glove off. Mm-hmm. It was literally the tip of his fingers.
Yeah, it was off. Spider-Man gets it off and Thanos grabs it.
Yeah. And that's when we finally see Doctor Strange do a little bit more than just the shield circles. He actually does some more magic.
Whatever he does,
he does
the Power Ranger pose of just whatever, and then
he also does a Kage Bunshin no Jutsu and summons 40 clones of himself.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm saying before that, like when he faces Ebony Maw and is it Obsidian in New York? Yeah, where he just does this multiple times.
Well, he does a lot of he does a thing where he makes the whole thing stop causing chaos down. He blocks that.
He blocks that.
And then he does a lot of that. He makes the string.
He does the pose, little fight pose.
Yeah. But then we see him like Phil said, we see him do the clones, and then he does the he turns the blast into
butterflies, green butterflies,
and then he does
he does a glass shield kind of thing to Thanos.
Not the Phantom Zone. What was that called? When they bring down the glass, and usually it makes nothing happen, nothing affect the real world.
It's the reflection dimension. Whatever you want to call
he shoots that out and actually stops it from happening in the real world, and then he ties them down with these tentacles. I'm not even sure what they were. Yeah. They were these magic tentacles that came out and grabbed Thanos. It was awesome. It was a great battle
there's a scene where that scene's great.
And Tony's suit
film was done really well.
Tony brings out that weird, awesome gun that has the 4 reactors behind, the 4 mirrors behind him, and it goes all into one. Unibeam! Finally.
Unibeam. Ice beam. All right.
Is it time to talk a little bit more about the deaths that we haven't discussed?
I think Doctor Strange in that fight kind of leads to the deaths.
Well,
because this is, like we said, the Time Stone is probably one of the most powerful ones. And Doctor Strange is like, if you guys have to die because I'm protecting the stone, I'm going to let it happen.
Well, real quick, I wanted to just, because it's the death after Loki and Heimdall, is we got the wrong sister and Gamora dies instead of Nebula.
Right. I thought Nebula was a shoo-in to get croaked.
So did I. Well, she about did, but Thanos needed her for
that so fucked up too.
information.
Oh, right, yeah.
So he's torturing her.
This was kind of like one of my I wouldn't say problems, but my I lost my believability in this part because Thanos actually giving a shit about Gamora,
right?
To me was no, he doesn't.
Right.
Although
crocodile tears, fuck you, Thanos.
Although I did kind of like the line of when he starts crying and she's making fun of him, and Red Skull's like, "Those tears aren't for you,
right?
Or they're not.
They're not for him. They're not. Those tears aren't for him,
right?
Yeah.
Well, and I think they
had off the edge.
Yep. I think they had to give another motive to Thanos because they didn't want to do the Lady Death motive. They wanted to give him another motive, and it was to he thinks he's a savior. He thinks he's I'm going to save you all from yourselves.
So I'm glad you brought this up because this is actually my primary problem.
Right. I think that might be for a lot of people.
So it's not so much that I don't need the I'm in love with Lady Death bullshit.
Right.
That's weird to a certain level, but they could have an obsession with death would make sense. But your goal is to gather the 6 Infinity Stones because you want to erase half the population of the universe so that everyone has enough.
Right.
Dickhead, you have the Infinity Gauntlet. Why don't you just double up the resources?
Right, but that's not...
No, there's no but.
No, but...
He's going to murder everyone as opposed to just making more food?
Yeah, so we see his motive is based on what happened to his home planet. And so I think yeah, you're right. He probably could just do that, but that's just... Who's
not nearly as good of a story.
Right. Who's going to stop him from... Okay, fine. Yeah, do that.
He thinks he's more on the right by killing half the universe.
He's not a good guy.
Dick.
He's not a good guy.
He's not a good guy,
Thanos wasn't a dick.
But my point is, if Thanos is so fucking smart and he's got godlike power, why do you need to kill half the universe? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because
the only reason which is why the Lady Death plot point, at least him being a nihilist and wanting to kill half the planet as an offering to Lady Death, that makes sense.
Right.
But killing half the fucking universe because there's not enough resources when you have I make resources for free glove,
right,
doesn't make sense.
I mean, you never know. They could still fix that.
Well,
in 4. And because they're reshooting it.
Right.
They have reshoots later this summer.
And it could be a combo of things, right? So he could be so fucking angry and jaded at the world that he could have saved
Maybe
his
he just doesn't care.
And he doesn't care in his world. How he told them, he's like, hey, if you do this, it'll save us. This is what's going to happen.
If you genocide half the planet,
right?
It'll save us.
It was fair, though. Rich people, poor people.
Yeah, he didn't pick who. He was like everybody. It doesn't matter who you are.
It was rando.
Right.
Yo, man, I don't give a fuck how good of an argument that is. And I'm not saying it wouldn't work. It will work.
Right.
But it's a dick move.
He's a dick.
And we established that. But okay, but what I'm saying is, yes, Thanos is an asshole who doesn't care about taking life.
Right.
So he saw what happens to his home planet and says, well, if I kill half the planet, half of everyone, then there'll be enough for everybody.
Right.
That's left. So let me go from planet to planet, massacring half of the people by hand. Fuck, this is hard work. Man, I wish I could do this easier and more mercifully. Here, let me get this infinite gauntlet.
Maybe he's narcissistic in a way of he wants them to know he's the savior.
Yo, I'm just saying, what's the difference between half of everyone's dead and there's some Cheetos? Have a great day.
Right.
But can the Infinity Gauntlet do that? It can warp.
Yes, it can warp reality. It can do anything.
It can warp reality, but that's not real.
Have you read these comics? Be honest with me, please.
Yeah, I've read not all of them. No, I've not. But what I'm saying is, yes, he can warp reality, but that means he has to hold that reality forever.
when you combine all 6 gems on the gauntlet, you are God.
I understand that, but
there's
that's
no
perception, right? Because he can make you see what he wants you to see.
No, it's not an illusion. He literally, as much as he has the power to snap his fingers and kill randomly half the universe, he has the power to like bring back planets, bring back the dead, change time and space and history. He could literally just make it so, bam, there's a candy planet. Send all your kids there on weekends. He could just be like, boom, there's a fucking bread planet.
He does destroy a moon and throw it at Iron Man.
That was awesome.
That was so sweet.
Anything is possible when you have the Infinity Gauntlet combined. So his choice, by removing the Lady Death plot point and making his choice, I'm done. I'm fucking throwing my hands up in the air. That is my only beef with the film. Thanos' what do you call it?
Motive.
Thanos' motive. You should have just left Lady Death. We've got Ego, the living planet. You've got Celestials. You can leave in Lady Death.
And maybe she'll come back in, and maybe we'll find out that's kind of like he had a double side.
Could be Hela.
There was a part of me. So when he does it, and he realizes he's now obtained his goal, and he kind of like sits up, and he's in I don't know where he was, but it was red, and he sees baby Gamora. He sees her, and it's like that.
He was looking like he was in the Soul universe. That's where Adam Warlock hangs out.
He's in the Soul Stone.
That's when he was in there, and he was walking up. I thought for a moment he was going to walk up and see Hela.
That would have been cool.
I mean,
that would have been cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I think they still could do that. Like, we don't know all the motive. Maybe he didn't reveal all of it. He just said, okay, this is why I'm doing it. But it could be like, what started it was he met Hela and was like, I want to show you what I can do.
He might not be on that at the end. Like, the end shot of the movie is, what he said earlier is that he wants to sit and watch the sunrise on a thankful universe. And he did. He might not be alone on that planet.
Right.
Who knows? We've got
Tony's still on Titan.
For now.
Tony and Nebula.
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange. He lived, didn't he?
Nope.
No.
Yeah?
Nope. Doctor Strange.
So yeah, let's go through the deaths.
Let's go through the line. Who died?
So we got Doctor Strange dead. Peter Parker's dead. Drax dead. Groot dead. Black Panther dead.
Star-Lord
dead.
Gamora.
Falcon. Winter Soldier. Black Panther.
Scarlet Witch.
Vision, obviously. Nick Fury and
Maria Hill.
Mariah. Missing anybody?
I don't think we're missing anyone.
15 deaths.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yep. So all we have left is Tony.
Cap.
Thor.
Tony and Cap,
which I was surprised.
Tony, Cap, and Thor.
Hulk.
War Machine.
Bruce Banner. Yeah. War Machine.
Scarlet Witch.
No, she's gone.
Or I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Black Widow.
That's
what I was thinking.
Maybe Hawkeye. We don't know.
I'm pretty sure you're going to see Ant-Man and Hawkeye and probably even Adam Warlock in the next film.
Yeah. Well, definitely.
I don't think we're getting Adam Warlock
until Guardians 3.
He's in Guardians 3, which comes out after the next Avengers.
But Adam Warlock is a huge part of Infinity War.
They're not using him.
So's Death.
But she doesn't exist, period.
Well,
Adam Warlock at least has been alluded to and mentioned in dialogue.
Right. I mean, they do call Hela the goddess of death, so you could.
I mean, yeah.
That's the Asgardian goddess of death.
Right.
Death is like an actual concept, like an immortal being, like infinity or
right. I mean,
eternity.
If they might turn her into in this universe. They might turn her into that. They could, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'll never complain about more Cate Blanchett.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Adam Warlock is not. He's going to be, as far as I know, he's going to be probably the villain of Guardians 3.
But yeah, and Loki's dead too.
Loki and Heimdall,
which I was kind of sad about Heimdall because I was like,
Loki, Heimdall, and Gamora all died before he had all the stones.
Yep.
So I believe if they eventually undo what he's done, those three could possibly still not be coming back.
I think Gamora has a better.
They can still bring her back.
Well, I know with once you have all the stones, you could pretty much do.
Right.
Well, also, I think her soul is trapped in the Soul Stone.
Right.
Because she traded her. Yeah, he traded
a soul gem.
A soul.
Which you saw her. You saw young Gamora in the Soul universe, so she's there.
And I think that's how Thanos sees her, and that's why the young.
She asked him, "Did you do it?" And he said, "Yes." Yeah. And he said, "What did it cost?" He said, "Everything." So yeah, that was one thing I was like, whoa, like I knew people were gonna die, right?
Right.
I knew we all said going in this movie he's gonna get all the stones, gonna snap his fingers, and that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that is his greatest ability.
I didn't think
to make metal fingers snap.
I was great. I was like, how did you do that?
I didn't
make metal. Yeah. It was like more a clink.
Yeah, I didn't. Honestly, like I didn't think they would
go that far. Oh, it was like everybody.
No, I didn't think they'd go that far. Like I didn't think that they would do the whole snapping of the
I thought
that's where the movie was going to end.
Exactly, that's what I thought too.
Because the buildup when they're talking about 4 is that they started going where like, well, 4 is its own separate standalone movie. Like, yeah, we filmed them back to back, but they're their own separate movie. And that's why I kind of started buying into, okay, well, Thanos gets defeated in this and maybe they do Secret Invasion as 4 or something like that.
See, I saw it like this.
But now, like you can't say that they're not standalone movies because 3, they're parts 1 and 2.
Yeah. Well, no,
like they are. Like,
I think it's standalone in this sense.
Kevin Feige, but
I think it's standalone in this sense. Is this one was all about Thanos getting it and destroying everything, and I think 4 will be. It's called. Someone leaked it or said, "Oh yeah, we filmed Gauntlet too." I think it's the Avengers. Whoever's left.
Feige said it's not called Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, he can say it every once, but I think that's them going to get the Gauntlet.
Right. I get what you're saying, and yes, like they are like kind of standalone, but it's parts 1 and 2. Sorry.
At the very end of the credits, at the end of like Thor, at the end of Cap, Iron Man, it always says this character will return in Avengers. At the end of this one, it said Thanos will return in the next event.
Yeah.
This is still Thanos' story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So
and
they're parts 1 and 2. So
Can we just take a moment here to truly appreciate how badass Josh Brolin turned Grimace?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he took a character that you literally have seen like maybe a minute and a half of footage in the last like 10 years and gave it like personality and soul. Like this was a villain that not only that like I feared, especially after that ass whooping the Hulk received, but it was also a villain that you like kind of with his new motives.
You understood, like I get where he's coming from. Like, and he had feeling. It wasn't like a soulless emotion. It wasn't a soulless, emotionless villain that just wanted to do it. It was like he has a purpose and he feels he feels for his like behind his motive. He's really passionate about it, and you kind of understand why he's going through. And you see the pain when he has to do like when he has to kill Gamora. He's like, this sucks, kind of thing. I think Josh Brolin did an amazing. And he did an amazing job.
I think
this character.
I think he's already in like the top of the best Marvel movies or Marvel villains.
Oh yeah, easily
for sure.
Yeah,
he's definitely better than Ultron.
Yeah, I mean, that's not saying much though.
Jesus.
But I do like how this movie. It played with your emotions over and over again. So like, again, like the Hulk, you always like think, oh, the Hulk's here now. He's going to do great. And look at him. He's kicking his ass. Yeah, go Hulk.
Right.
Fuck, Hulk got his ass kicked.
Besides Andy, whoever says that when they see the Hulk, when I see the Hulk, I'm like, oh shit, collateral damage is about to happen.
Oh no, I'm always excited to see the Hulk just rage out.
It played with my emotions so much that I thought the scene where Scarlet Witch kills Vision and he like says, like, I love you, explodes.
I would have been like, fuck you, toaster.
For 30 seconds, I completely forgot about the time stone. And I was like, well, shit, what's Thanos going to do? This is how they get Thanos and da-da. And then I was like, and then he does a time stone. Like,
so that was one of my only, there's a couple.
Well, shit.
A couple things with the dialogue that during that scene, and I don't recall the exact dialogue, but while she's blowing up
he says, we don't have the time for this.
He goes, we don't have the time. I'm like, okay, so here comes the time stone.
Well, I don't think he paused like that. I don't think he paused like that, but okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, it was just very, very laid out for you, like the word time.
Oh no! What he said was, sorry. What he said was, now is not the time to grieve. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Time, get it, time. But I did like how the effects look the same as when Strange used it.
Oh yeah,
but with when Strange was all doing his like seizure and everything, they're like, what happened? And he was like, I saw 14 some million different outcomes.
14,300,000
and only one of them do we win. And then when he almost freely gives up the time stone to save Tony, and then he was like,
so
it had to be this way. So you're like, okay, so Thanos has to win for them to...
I don't think it's Thanos has to win. I think Tony has to survive.
So if we're going to talk about predictions, I think it's Tony Stark, whatever timeline he saw, Tony Stark is still alive, so Tony Stark has to be alive for this timeline.
If he kills Tony right here, that's it. Like,
I think Tony will be the one to utilize the gauntlet to undo everything.
That's right. I think
take his life.
How could Tony survive that?
He's not going to.
He won't.
He won't. That's when we came out of the movie. That's what I said to him. I said Tony's going to be the one to wear it and undo it, and that's how they're going to kill Tony Stark.
Or he will eventually to either somehow after they undo everything and to break up the stones again, maybe his soul to.
I think that
the soul for the soul.
I think that. They'll use the gauntlet prototype from Nidvalar or whatever, however the fuck it's pronounced,
to make a new one.
Or they use that prototype, and some of the drama is like, will it hold all 6 stones? I think out of anyone, the only one that can wield it's probably Thor.
Right.
I don't think you saw a prototype. I think that was a mold.
It was a mold.
It looked like the mold.
That was a mold.
Okay. Well, then maybe they use it again.
Andy and I know. We costumers.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. That's how I think in the next Avengers they're going to kill Tony. Is he's going to undo it and it's going to kill him.
I don't think he uses the gauntlet. I think he sacrifices himself for the Soul Stone.
Well, I
bet Cap uses the gauntlet because Cap's the only. I mean, with being a super soldier, he might be able to survive holding that. And Star-Lord's dead.
Yeah, I mean, Cap held that thing.
Yeah. And you saw Thanos' face. He was like what? What are you?
Fuck.
I feel like Cap could actually wield the gauntlet if at least survive. But I mean, the only other person that we know in the group that could have done that would have been Star-Lord, and he lost his celestial ego
when he
he still has the power. He's just not immortal anymore.
You don't think Thor could wield the gauntlet?
I don't think he has the power.
He does. He has some of the power still. In that movie, he says, "What are you doing? Now you're no longer immortal."
Well, it's not just that, but with Ego, the planet being gone, that's where he drew the power from.
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to hold a stone now or anything.
Kurt Russell, Ego says, if you kill me, you're going to lose your power.
I thought he said you'll lose your, now you're immortal.
Slowly over time.
Baby, yeah.
But it's been 4 years between two.
Right, we don't know where it's at now.
They have a brand new ship.
Yeah, that's just my thought. They have to kill off Tony. He's done after the next Avengers movie. So my thought is, maybe he won't do the whole gauntlet. Maybe he gets a hold of the time stone and tries to do it. And
I think maybe Pepper's dead. And
from this, did she die from the snap? Did you get snapped?
We don't know.
Yeah, and I think maybe he sacrifices himself to get the Soul Stone to get everyone back, including her.
But we don't. He doesn't need to get it from that same pit anymore. It's now in the gauntlet.
Right. I mean, I'm just predicting.
I know.
I'm a prediction.
But
so, who of the Black Order lived?
None of them.
None.
They all died, didn't they? Man, that sucks. So Thanos is going to be solo in the next movie.
Right. So Proxima Midnight got thrown into the giant meat grinder.
That's right.
And Black Widow was like, that was gross.
Who killed Corvus Glaive?
Corvus Glaive.
Vision? Did Vision kill Corvus Glaive?
Yes, that's the one he stabbed through. And then the big guy
with the pike
got
his arm cut off.
No, he got the Hulkbuster gauntlet attached to him and then launched up.
And he went against
he went to the force field
and disintegrated him.
And then Ebony Maw got
frozen.
You ever seen that old movie Aliens?
And so he's like, if you do one more pop culture reference.
That was so good.
Like Footloose. Is it still the greatest movie ever? He goes, it
never was. It never was.
He got mad about it too.
I kind of had to laugh at this 80s reference that James Gunn put out because the Guardians aren't on the Milano anymore.
Right.
The new ship is called the Benatar.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, they asked about Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
He's like, is he a member of the Avengers? He's like, I don't know. He could be.
It's been back a while.
It's been a while since I've been back.
Yes.
I said, this was a good balance. They finally found, there was comedy, but it was appropriate. And it was in the more quiet moments between murders.
Right.
The deaths had weight to them.
Right. And then
Star-Lord flipping off Thanos after he puts the bomb on his back and then through Doctor Strange's portal, he's like, boom, boom.
I think most of everyone who dies, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, they're all going to come back. I think that
they have sequels.
I think,
of course,
obviously, but I think people will die in getting them back.
Yeah.
a buddy of mine said, and I didn't even realize it because I'm assuming Hawkeye survived, but Black Widow, Cap, Thor, Iron Man, Hulk, it's like Avengers 4 is their last hurrah with like the original group.
I mean, you'll probably see Cap and Iron Man in some way retire or die in the next movie. Thor and Hulk will probably like either retire or go on more space adventures together, like Butch and Sundance. And you're going to see a passing of the torch to the new guys.
Right.
You're going to see Ant-Man's going to step
Captain
up to the
Marvel.
plate.
So Ant-Man and the
Winter
Wasp.
Soldier.
We're supposed to be getting a new trailer very
It dropped
soon today.
I haven't watched it
Does
yet.
that take place
Infinity War.
before Infinity War? Then
it
ends?
takes place before Infinity War. And then my prediction is that the end credits is going to be whoever dies from the snap.
The Wasp.
Whether it's Wasp, Hank Pym, Scott Lang, Janet Van Dyne. And then Captain Marvel is in March of next year. It's like the first weekend of March. And there's only 2 months between Captain Marvel and Avengers 4. And
that takes place in the 90s.
That takes place in the 90s. And I think like the end credits teaser for that is going to be her getting Nick Fury's signal.
Which is a pager.
Awesome pager.
Which is whatever. Yeah.
So can we talk about technology in this real quick? So we have a flip phone. Tony Stark has a fucking flip phone.
Yeah.
What?
It's a burner phone.
It is a burner phone.
What's he need a burner phone? Everyone knows.
So it can't be tracked.
So it can't be tracked when he calls Steve Rogers.
Everybody knows him, though.
And Steve Rogers gave him the flip phone. Steve Rogers is the old man. Don't get mad at Tony Stark. Get mad at Steve Rogers for giving him the old flip phone.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, first of all,
makes sense for
Steve. Tony doesn't hide from...
It makes sense for Steve Rogers to give to Tony.
Right. Tony doesn't hide from anybody. He doesn't give a shit if you track his calls. Like,
but I'm pretty sure Steve Rogers like, look, I'm giving you this piece of technology. And Tony's like, what the fuck?
Really?
Give me a BlackBerry at least. Like, God.
Also, really funny.
Also, it shows how indestructible flip phones are when Banner picks it up and it's just like, the screen's still fucking intact.
It's cracked, but he's like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, like, I got it.
So let's talk about that end credit scene. For those of our viewers and listeners out there that aren't familiar with that end credit scene, I mean, we see, Nick Fury and Mariah Hill who just rolling down the street.
Why are you calling her Mariah?
Because that's how that's MARIH RIA.
There's no H at the end. There's no H at the end. It's Maria Hill.
In the comics, there's an H.
No, there isn't.
No, there isn't.
There fucking is.
I'll Google it right now.
Shove Google up your ass.
I don't know which one it is.
It's Maria
Hill. You
Hill.
don't know nothing, internet.
I'm not calling her Maria. Her name's Mariah. Maria sounds stupid.
It's fucking Maria.
I'm pretty sure fucking is her middle name. So shut up, Tim.
Maria.
All right. So Nick Fury and stupid McBitch face. Nobody cares.
It's Maria. There's no H.
I farted. I don't care.
I mean, they still could.
You know what?
Pronounce it Mariah. They still could announce it Mariah, but
Maria.
Why aren't you dying?
Because it's a fucking shoebox.
Shut up.
So yeah, there's a car accident. And there's nobody in.
Obviously, like there's bedlam. Everyone's fucking turning into big piles of leaves going to the wind. And you see his little device right before he says
motherfucker.
And there's a symbol on there and for those of you who are like completely in the dark, that is the symbol of Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And so he obviously reached out to spacefaring Captain Marvel. I can talk. There were several people in the theater who were like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
Mm.
And I had to be like, "Captain Marvel."
Captain Marvel. Yeah.
They're introducing her in later this year. It's fun.
See.
So when the movie does end, and he's just sitting there smiling at the sunrise, and it just fades to black, and the credits start rolling, you could hear a pin drop in our theater.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then after the main like Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans and all the main, and then that usually fades into a mid-credit scene. When there was no mid-credit scene, you literally heard, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, they were groans. They were just like, "Oh, come on."
I leaned over. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't even give us a post. Like if they just ended that movie there.
No, there was just that one.
Yeah.
But it was a good appropriate after credit scene, and I mean, this is a solemn movie. Like what I wanted from Ragnarok, I got from this movie.
Right.
This is like
this movie.
World
like,
ending.
People fucking died. This is a sad. When they said Thanos will return, that's an extra dick punch.
Yeah. Not telling anybody else, but Thanos.
You know who's not returning? Everyone who's dead.
Everyone you just saw disintegrate.
I feel bad for like a lot of people who went in this movie and didn't know shit about like what the storyline of the comics was. Like for them, this is like gut wrenching.
Our good buddy Cody from Rogue Squad podcast, he went with us and he walked out of the theater, looked at me and was like, "What the fuck?" Because he's not a huge like Marvel comic.
Funny.
He said, so now I know how people that don't like The Last Jedi feel.
Yeah.
Right. Because what's funny too about Infinity Gauntlet is like that's halfway through the first issue.
Oh, yeah.
The finger snap.
Yeah.
But that they had, I felt like that's how they were going to do this movie was like the whole movie was him gathering.
Yeah.
And then at the end,
it's the logical endpoint.
Which is awesome.
It is.
That final battle scene is awesome too because Thor, like he sees Thor coming, so he tries to blast him with whatever blast that I don't know if it's the power blast or whatever it was. That axe
stone
cuts right through it and just impales him right in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
You should have went for the head.
He's like, I told you I was gonna kill you. Or no, I told you you were gonna die for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, like I think I just got thrown off by like Kevin Feige just going like, well, they're not, part 1 and 2 anymore. They're standalone, and 3 doesn't necessarily affect 4. Fuck off. Because it does.
You know,
don't try to Abrams, J.J. Abrams.
So that's why I was like, there was a big part of me that's like, they're not going to go through with the finger snap.
I was so happy they did.
Like
I'm surprised in fucking Cabaret through the Jungle. Like you're dead.
I talked about it with a couple friends of mine that I thought they were going to do Secret Invasion where a couple people die and they end up being Skrulls.
Fuck! God, fuck the Skrulls! Fuck the Skrulls!
I mean,
the worst, fucking stupidest wannabe Battlestar Galactica who's a Cylon bullshit. Fuck those green assholes.
Triggered.
No secret invasions. You stop it. No Norman Osborn shooting Queen Skrull. None of it. You stop right now, Tim.
Remember when I get upset about the Sentry? Goddamn.
Skrull.
Right. Goddamn.
All right, sorry. I had to gather myself there for a minute. My bad. I love you guys. I'm sorry. Much love. So yeah. How you feel about the Sentry is how I feel about Skrulls.
Right.
Skrulls are like as much as the Infinity Gauntlet is a MacGuffin, the Skrulls are like, literally, we killed this character. Well, how do we bring him back? Bitch was a Skrull.
Right.
Let's go back and do a flashback and prove that it was a Skrull so that we can get away and claim that they're not really dead.
She was a Skrull since 1988. It's fine.
1999. Right. That's when it started with the Skrull.
Yeah. Right? I was happy they brought off the Skrull. I'm going to move away from the Skrulls.
Thank you.
I was happy when we were in Wakanda. We got to see all the tribes together too.
Yeah.
So like the White Ape tribe Man-Ape was there. The Blue Rhino.
I can't remember.
Dude, he calls him his brother.
Yeah. Like they're all there and they're all still badass and they're all still like Black Panther is still like that badass leader. Like, let's go fucking do this shit.
Right.
Dude, when
Loved,
dude, I can't believe they killed Black Panther.
I always forget how to pronounce her. Okoye. When she was like, when you said you were going to open up Wakanda, I didn't know you meant like this. And he's like, well, how did you think? She was like, I don't know,
Starbucks.
the Olympics, maybe
Starbucks.
That was funny.
Wakanda Starbucks.
Yes.
I mean, overall, I think we all enjoyed it, and
absolutely.
The small things
The only thing for me in this movie that I really could give two shits about was the love relationship between Vision and Scarlet Witch. Like, I don't care.
It felt tacked on.
Well, if I wanted to watch a romance about a girl and her vibrator,
right?
I mean, it was also a relationship in the comics that I was like, that's weird.
It is weird because he's not really a person.
He's a toaster.
I was gonna say, did I miss how was he in like his human form? Because I know at one point they said the Vision keeps evolving. Was he projecting himself?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a holographic skin tone.
He's like
thing.
making you see him as.
Because I didn't know. Remember, we kind of predicted it was actually Scarlet Witch doing it at some point, but no.
It's just Joaquin Phoenix falling in love with his AI all over again.
Thank you. This was her.
Yeah.
Right.
And which Scarlett Johansson's in.
It's a female version of her.
I was happy that we got to see more of Scarlet Witch do magical things. Like it wasn't like just like the little like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, she could. They showed her powers.
Yeah, like
pretty well.
Fucking awesome powers. Yeah. So like she fought two of the Black Order by herself.
Right.
but
where was she the whole time?
So this is okay. So you don't know this about me, so I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't subscribe to sentient machines having souls.
They don't.
I make me watch Westworld. I think the Man in Black, William, is the hero. I don't give a fuck. I'm of the John Connor school.
Kill it. Kill
Sentient
it with fire.
machines. Smash those metal fuckers into junk.
Right.
No thinking. No, my toaster and my oven don't need feelings.
Right.
So when you're like, oh, she and Vision are alive, I'm like, Vision's a goddamn automaton.
It's Ryan Gosling falling in love with his house computer in 2049.
Right.
So that was a satisfactory death scene when Thanos literally just rips the stone out of his head, which takes a chunk of his head out, and all you see is the little computer bits in there. I was like,
sorry, didn't see that one coming.
One thing that a friend of mine brought up that I thought was kind of like half interesting was if Shuri could if she survives and could fix Vision, that we get the white version of Vision from like the 80s and early 90s.
I mean, he can't.
I don't
be
care.
fixed.
I hate Vision.
No.
He could be fixed. I mean, he's a machine.
I just thought it was interesting. Like, I don't really care one way or the other because like I'm kind of meh on Vision.
Right.
But I just thought that was interesting.
And I also thought they kind of made Vision this whole movie be like a little bitch, and I'm like, can't Vision like phase in and out and like?
They mentioned that there's something in their technology that was affecting his phasing ability. It's a throwaway line, throwaway dialogue.
Right.
Ruins your power.
I'm like, but still, it's an Infinity Stone that, I mean, like, I don't feel like technology could counter an Infinity Stone.
Don't be too upset about it, Sweeney. Like, you can literally go to Sears and get another Vision.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's dead. I wish he would have done more.
He got stabbed 4 times and was still living. It's fine.
Well, he doesn't bleed, so.
I'm with Andy though. Seeing the fucking chunk of his face get pulled
that was
out.
cool.
Like his face just crushes in.
Here's Dr. Banner and Shuri's sitting here like, and Shuri's trying to educate Dr. Banner on how to like remove an Infinity
Why didn't you
Stone.
do this? I don't know.
We never thought about it.
that.
And here's Thanos like, here's what works.
Right.
Kalima! Shakti Kalima!
So we got May 3rd, 2019. And that is when Avengers 4 drops.
One more year.
Woo.
One more year.
I'm more excited for this Avengers movie than all right. I think the big takeaway here is that I didn't hate this film.
It would be hard to hate this film, honestly.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good.
It was good.
And it was just really well balanced. And all of my problems with like the first 2 Avengers films, like just the repetitive plot and the overburden and the crowdedness of it.
Yeah.
This felt, since the focus of this film was Thanos and the Avengers and everyone else were sort of like side pieces, it worked so much better for me.
Yeah.
Right.
They built this.
Ultron didn't get that kind of screen time.
No.
Neither did Loki.
No.
So making Thanos your centerpiece, smart fucking script move.
Right.
Yep.
And it was beautifully done. Like, it was gorgeous to look at. It was it flowed perfectly. It didn't have any bits that was like, well, what just happened? Wait, go back.
I got hardcore feels watching Tom Holland like weep to Tony Stark. Dude, I cared about these characters, Deland. So yeah, I apologize to all the people out there that were like, Phil's been meh about Marvel lately. Like, well, fuck you. I had a good reason, but now I thought this movie was good.
Yep.
I'm still humming the theme like 5 days later. So
yeah.
So yeah, more Avengers Infinity War. And do we have a title for the next one? It's not Infinity Gauntlet.
They don't have a title for it.
They have the title. They haven't revealed it yet.
Right. I'm assuming it's just going to be Avengers.
I thought we'd
Infinity something.
I thought we'd get it at the end.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's like Infinity Crusade because
they're going to be Infinity something
because they're going.
That'd be kind of cool
because they're going after I think they're going after the stones. Maybe it's Crusade.
What's the fucking point? Yeah. If I was Thanos, I would like just teleport every single day, like the fucking Black Castle and Krull.
Yeah,
you'd never find me again.
But it's gonna be a challenge, obviously.
Yeah. So
I did. Oh god, I'm still like imagining that Doctor Strange scene where he just like it's like 1,000 of him. I was like, that's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And then Thanos
he went
like
full Naruto on him.
Yeah, and then Thanos was like, nope.
So overall, we enjoyed it.
Did we?
Yeah, we're the Hateful Geeks. It's hard to hate, even for me. I was looking.
Right. And we found
I was trying to hate on this movie.
We found some hateful points. I mean, like we said, the love relationship there. Thanos' motive wasn't the right motive from the comics. So, like, there is some things that we can like, but the movie itself held its own so well that you don't even think about those things when you're watching it.
I wanted more Hulk.
I don't.
You want more Hulk?
I needed more Hulk.
You didn't get him because Hulk got his ass kicked.
Right. Yeah.
Sorry, Andy.
They're building him up for the next one. He's gonna wreck.
You think he's gonna like finally like get over his PTSD?
Right. Not me.
No,
is he gonna go like
not fight Purple Grimace?
You go from I don't want to Hulk out again because I don't think I'll ever not be Hulk to I can't even get the Hulk out now. I can't get my Hulk up.
Well,
there's a pill for that.
Hulk.
I think it's Hulk's choice. I think
blue or green.
He literally knows that he can't. Well, with Thanos, he can't do anything.
So let's go over at least our predictions that we were 100% right about when we went in there.
Yep.
We were right about Loki dying.
Yes.
We were also right about somebody making fun of Thanos and calling him Grimace.
Star-Lord. Thank you, Star-Lord.
Thank you,
He called him Grimace, and he called, what else did he say? Oh, his
I'm going to shoot that nutsack chin off your face.
Yep.
So yeah, he literally pulled his dialogue from the internet. Thank you, Chris Pratt.
We were right.
We were right about?
We were going to start with the ship right away, getting blown up, and that was why Thor fell into their ship.
Right.
I'm pretty sure we called the finger snapping the climax of the film.
That's how we thought that's how it would end.
Like, but that is a lot. I mean, I'm not going to pat ourselves on the back too hard for that. It's a logical ending point. But still, we called that one. What else were we like spot on about? We were wrong about the sisters. We thought it was going to be Nebula, but it ended up being Gamora. Thanks, good bait and switch.
And we thought like Black Widow would die. She didn't die.
We thought either Cap
or Iron Man.
Like when Thanos appears on Earth, like I looked and I was just like, well, I need to prepare myself for this
because Cap's about to die.
Yeah.
We were wrong about the Soul Stone location.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they kind of set everybody up for failure on that one.
Right.
Because they changed it.
They said the Soul Stone ended up being the Mind Stone.
Yeah, because the Soul Stone was going to be on Wakanda in Black Panther because that's how they were able to see their ancestors through the Soul Stone,
which they still could have been.
But then the director during production was like, I don't want an Infinity Stone in my movie. I want my movie to stand alone.
Right.
So they actually did that because there is the Lego set that came out that was the battle for the Soul Stone on Wakanda. So that was a very last minute change.
We were definitely right about Vision dying because I mean also a logical endpoint where you have to get the gem.
You kind of has to.
But yeah, for the most part, I think we made some solid calls. I mean, I also think that Marvel also kept us on our toes for a lot of things.
They did.
I did not expect Thor. I did not expect Hulk's beating. I did not expect that at all.
Not like that.
I'm with Andy. I thought that he was gonna like pop out a Hulkbuster and just do. And you saw him running in the trailer.
Yeah,
that never happened.
I thought he was gonna clean up all the Outriders, so
but nope,
let everyone do their battles, and he was gonna clean up the trash. Like
Thor did
it was
that.
Thor. Thor came in the Bifrost and just like
lightning.
Oh my god! Like just raped all of them. Gone.
Dude, him having his hammer back is awesome, and now he also has like full lightning god mode. Yeah, badass. I'm looking for. I hope. Is there going to be another Thor movie?
Not that they've announced. Last I heard, Hemsworth hasn't like pretty much all their contracts are up with Thor.
He said Hemsworth
has
liked it.
Yeah, if he likes the idea, he'll do it.
Yeah,
but Evan's contract was pretty much up with Infinity War, and he did it. He did Thor. He did the next one as pretty much like I might as well wrap it up.
Why not? Why don't I tie a little bow on it?
Right.
But for the most part, I apologize to you guys for being such a stick in the mud. I really, really enjoyed this. And I am very much looking forward to the next one.
Well, good.
Very much.
I am too.
But that doesn't mean shit about the other Marvel movies. They could all still suck balls.
All right.
We know. We won't change your mind.
Well,
you couldn't if you wanted.
Right.
So, Tim, do you have any juicy leaks or tidbits for us?
No.
You do. You're sitting on it. You're sitting on it like a fucking ostrich. I can see your face. We'll get it out of you if we have to snap our fingers till your limbs fall off.
I saw some behind the scenes of Captain Marvel, and Brie Larson's still in the green suit, and Samuel L. Jackson is on set. He's got both of his eyes, and he's got a very 90s haircut going on.
Well, because it takes place in 1997.
It takes place in the 90s.
Oh my God! You're telling me Captain Marvel takes place in the past?
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Also, Samuel L. Jackson has two eyes.
Just said that.
I know.
He literally did just say
I know. I'm just saying he has two eyes. As in, we're gonna fucking find out how he lost his eye.
Loses his. Yeah.
Do you think the inside of his eye patch says "bad motherfucker" on it?
Yes.
Bam.
I feel like it should.
It's the one that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, does anyone else have any points they want to bring up about Infinity War?
One thing I keep thinking about is how they teased us in the trailer. They also teased out the entire movie because there were so many points where you thought the good guys were going to win, and they didn't each and every time.
I'm going to be frank with you. I at no point in time going into this film thought that the good guys were going to walk away. I knew that this story wasn't going to get wrapped.
Right. Well,
and I knew somebody was getting fucking killed.
Just for example, like we said, the Hulk came out, he got his ass beat, right? Usually in every other movie we've seen the Hulk come out, he wins, right? You saw when they go to nowhere and it looks normal, and Gamora kills the illusion of Thanos. Guess what? Just reality.
Everything's
stone.
on fire.
Everything's done. It's not really
You
him.
did not see the collector's corpse, though.
No.
No.
You didn't see any Howard the Duck in there either.
And then at the end, when Thor puts the axe in, or Thor puts the axe in his chest, he still wins. And then also when Vision, the stone gets destroyed. Nope. Whoop.
Yeah.
Back. So it's kind of like they keep it was those like little toying moments with
it was the Empire Strikes Back of the Marvel cinematic
That's how I thought about it too. The bad
guys win.
Which I'm fine with.
Oh, absolutely.
And I want that. And that's kind of why I'm like, all right, cool. So shit happened that mattered.
Yep.
But let's be honest, there's a MacGuffin.
Well,
all it takes is one nice guy, one Stark getting his hands on an Infinity Gauntlet and unsnapping everybody.
I wonder if they're going to bring out the Illuminati.
No.
I mean, that would be a really awesome way to end the film. And it'd be a cool way to bring in maybe the X-Men.
Right.
Maybe someday.
I
mean, X-Men event. I think we have.
And Fantastic Four.
I think we have a better chance of Fantastic Four before X-Men.
Fuck you, Tim.
Because you could get Reed Richards.
You fucking dream crushing son of a bitch.
You get Reed Richards.
Why can't I have Black Bolt and Black Panther?
There's some online art, like the fans put up of John Krasinski and Emily Blunt as Reed and Sue.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, that really fits.
Yeah.
Like that seriously fits.
I really, really want to see A Quiet Place.
It's good. It's very good.
Yeah, I bet. All right. Well,
random note.
No, that note, thank you again for tuning into The Hateful Geeks. I am one of your many hosts, Phil.
And this is Sweeney.
I'm Andy.
And this is Tim.
And
we're still here.
Just dust in the wind.
Follow us and shit.